All right, so I'm gonna try and walk you through. There we go. Okay, perfect. All right, sorry, I just had to figure that out. All right, so I'm gonna walk through some of these questions. These are from the white pages, and they'll just go in order. Because I know that some people have been struggling a little bit with trying to figure these out. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk about how to construct a Pgram. Okay, so I want a Pgram, which is based on height, and I'm given a triangle. Okay, there can't be a number here. That cannot be there. So since it says draw parallels by sight, I can cancel out the h's. And I'm going to go ahead and take my ruler and I'm going to draw that by sight. Just sketch it out. Great. Now, since we canceled the heights, all I have to do is find how much half that base is. And so I'm going to bisect that base. Again, that comes from here. I would connect this up. And then just copy this base. That's what I want. Again, the base I want is this. Copy it up to here, connect up, and I'll name this like D and F. There we go. So DAFBD or AFDB is the required pgram. It has been constructed in the same parallels as AF and BD. And it has its base is equal to half the base BC. Great. So I'm going to skip this one for now just because it's the same thing for the rectangle. The only thing you would have to do here, you would still need to find that halfway point. You would just have to construct that right angle. So again, that would come from putting the circle there, drawing that, drawing that circle, finding, connecting across up to the other side, and then connecting up. You would still bisect that base, find that halfway point. So I guess I'll just do it really quick. And then once you find that halfway point, still going to draw that parallel by sight. And then I would just copy this guy up. And that's my rectangle. We'll call it ZYQ. So BQYZ is your rectangle. Again, the only difference between this guy and this guy is just that you have to have that right angle. Perfect. All right, now, so here's where things get a little more dicey. So this is where you're going to want to start using the formula. So it's to construct a rectangle, which is twice the area of the triangle. So I'm given a triangle, and I want a rectangle. Okay, the want is by itself, so we're good there. I'm going to go and cancel out those heights, and then it says twice the area. So once the want is by itself, I'm going to double, and I know I did it right because those are going to cancel. I'm going to end up with that twice on the one, which is what I want to have there. It's got to be whatever your scale factor is. So this just tells me on my given, okay, keep the same base. So then all I have to do, draw the right angle, just like that. Go across, go up, draw the parallel by sight, and then length transfer. And that's it. And we'll call this X, Y, Q. So BXYQ or BXYC would be my new rectangle. Okay, now this says construct a rectangle equal to three times. So my given is still 1/2 base times height. My want is still base times height. Now I cross those h's off. Now I'm going to multiply by 3. So I get 3b, which is what I want. But this is technically 3 over 2 or 1 and 1/2, which tells me I need a rectangle still. So I still need to make that right angle. And then what I would do is I would keep this full base here and then add on half of it. So I'm not going to go through this one, but again, if you, it would be the same process as here. You'd still construct that right angle. You would draw this across, bisect the base, and then add on half of it. All right. This one I've already filmed in another video. So let's talk about these. So construct a triangle equal in area to parallelogram ABCD. So you're given a pgram. You want a triangle. Okay. This cannot be here. You cannot have a number in front of the one. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of that. I can cancel these heights because they're going to be in the same parallel because parallelograms have parallel sides. And I get 2b is equal to b. So normal base all by itself. Then, since it's equal, this just tells me on my given, double the base. So I would extend this out, double the base. Again, I just copied that over. And then since it's a triangle, I can connect to anywhere. I'm just going to connect up to A, and then I'm done. So ABZ is the required triangle. ABZ is the required triangle. It has been constructed in the same parallels BC and AD. Its base BC is equal to, or its base BZ is equal to 2 times. Now, it says construct a right triangle equal in area to parallelogram ABCD. So it still uses the same formula, still equal, so I'd still just double the base. But then since it's a right triangle, then I just need to make a right angle. So I put the little dot, go through B, connect the crossed, connect up, and that's where the right angle is. So I would need to connect the base up to that point. So we'll call this XY, and then BXY is the required triangle there. So the only difference between this guy and this guy is the right angle. All right, then I get to stuff like this. So this says construct a triangle equal in area to twice the parallelogram ABCD. So I've got my given, which is a pgram, and I want a triangle. Again, want cannot be, it needs to be by itself. So I'll cross off those heights. I'll get rid of the 2. B is an isolated, and then I want to double it. So then I'm going to multiply both sides again. I know I did it right because it says 2b, twice the area, twice the area. So then this just tells me I need 4 bases. So I'll extend this out. And I'll keep my original base. That counts as 1, 2, 3. And then I'll do it on this side, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll just connect these up to A now. Little off. There we go. And I'm done. So we'll call this XY. So the triangle here is AXY. Same thing on this one. Given. Now it's a right triangle, so we'll have to make that right angle. But the given is base times height. The once is 1/2 base times height. We'll double it. Cross the heights off. 2b is equal to b. We're good to go. It wants 3 times, so we'll multiply that by 3. And we'll get 6b is equal to 3b. So we need 6 bases now. So I might run a little bit into my formula. I'm going to go ahead and take care of that right angle right now. So I'm going to put the dot up here so I give myself a little more space. I'm going to go through B, draw a circle, go across, go up. Great. So I need to start from this base. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I will connect up to, that point up there. There we go. So we'll call this XY. So then BXY is the name of my triangle. All right, same thing here. Let's write that formula out. So I want a rectangle. I'm given a triangle. So nice thing is want is already by itself, so I can just cross off those heights. It wants 1/2. So I'm going to multiply this by 1/2, which tells me we're good on the one part, but this means I need a fourth of the base. So I'm going to draw that parallel by sight. That's a terrible parallel by sight. Okay. And then I'm going to, then, that's still really bad, but it's fine. I'm going to bisect the base because I need a fourth, which basically means I'm going to bisect. Find that halfway point, and then I'm actually just going to bisect again. So I would go 1, 2, 1, 2, make it a little bit longer, 1, 2, 1, 2. That is the point that I want to use. This is the base I want. I'm going to draw the right angle because it's a rectangle. Not my best work, but we'll work with it. Connect up, and then just copy base. So I'll copy this up, copy it down, and there's my rectangle. Again, terrible parallel by sight, really bad. But this will be BXYZ. Great. Then last one, construct a triangle equal in area to 1/2 the pgram. So I want a triangle. I'm given a pgram. That can't be there. Get rid of it. Cross the heights off. And then it's 1/2. So now I'll multiply by 1/2. Great thing here is that it tells me I just want my original base. Great. All I got to do, draw the right angle, go up, go up. There's my right angle. And then since I'm using same base, I'm done. So BXC is my triangle. And that's how, again, I can't say that that's going to cover every single type you might see, but that's the basics and the gist of it.